Hello again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a very special video. For those of you who may know or may not know, I have been working on an 80s save file in Copperdale for the last few months. It's been going on for more time than I would care to admit and more time than I had originally anticipated. However, what I wanted to do today was to just give you all a little bit of an overview. Where are we up to so far? Rachel, when are you releasing this save file? I want to go through all of that. So this is how the map is currently looking. Now, as you can see, I have filled every single lot in terms of buildings. The only two buildings I have left to complete are the Copperdale High School, which I've been saying from the beginning of this project that this was going to be the final lot that would be released when the save file is finished. And then we also have this lot here, which I am currently working on. I'm likely going to have a speed build of this in the next couple of days. This is an arcade, a diner and an apartment. So I will be showcasing these builds within this video. But I think what I would like to do is start over here. Now, as you can see, most of the lots are populated. And for those of you who don't know, my wonderful community have created all of these families, not some of them, all of the families. So what I will do is I will likely, when I'm showing you around the particular lots and the families, I will put the name of the creator on the screen so that you can see who created each family. Now, what I will do is I think I'm going to start with one of my favorite lots within this save file, which is this one here. This is the drive-in movie theater. I do need to change the name of some of these lots within the map before I release this save file. So let's check out this movie theater first. So this is the movie theater that I was just talking about. Again, one of my favorite lots in this save file. It was actually really simple to create, but it's just a really nice place for your Sims to come and enjoy a date night, a family movie night. You can grab a bite to eat over here. There's a swing set, there's a photo booth. I even added like a little arcade room sort of in here as well, because I thought that might come in handy. There's a fire pit here. We've of course got some bathrooms, so these Sims can use them. But yeah, this is honestly one of my favorite lots in this save file. It was really important for me when I was creating this 80s themed save file. Obviously, that is very important to note. This is an 80s themed save file. I really wanted to add a drive-in movie theater, and this turned out, I'm going to be honest, a lot better than I thought it would. But yeah, we've got places to eat around here as well. There's picnic blankets. I don't know if I've just said that. But yeah, this is, I love this lot so much, and it looks fantastic at night time. I don't think we're really going to be able to see like the full, oh yeah, we can actually. Here we are. It looks fantastic. And obviously when the TV, quote unquote, this big screen here is turned on, it looks even better. So yeah, this is the drive-in movie theater, and as I was saying, like, it's just, I love it. I love it so, so, so much. So let's hop on to our next lot. So I think the next lot I would like to look at is this one here. It's currently unoccupied because my friend MissSimReno has created the family that's going to be living in here, and I don't believe she's uploaded them publicly to the gallery as of yet. So I am waiting for that family, but I am still going to show you the lot anyway. We are going to be going through all of the lots today, whether they are occupied or not. So this is the next one that we're going to be looking at just here. So this is actually the first build that I created for this save file, and I'm going to be honest, I think we're looking at like 7 months ago at this point. However, let's just brush past that, because this is a starter home as well. I really wanted to make sure that at least one lot in this save file was affordable for your Sims to just move into. So I created this house for a single mum and her child. So it's very sparsely decorated again, because, you know, I think we came in even under 18,000 simoleons, which I was quite pleased with actually. Now, I think looking back, this is probably the least 80s themed build, because this was the first one that, as I said, this is the first build that I'd actually created for this save file. So yes, we have elements of the 80s. We've got the striped wallpaper, like the carpet here, some of the colours. Certain items definitely have that 80s vibe to them. But I don't know, if I were to do it again, I would likely do it slightly differently. I don't know, I'm still happy with it. I'm likely going to be tweaking these lots before I release the version 1 of the save file, as it were, to the public. And I would also quite like for some people to playtest this save file before I release it as well. So if you are interested in playtesting the save file, please let me know. So there's not really too much going on here, but it's a functional space, and it's a really cute house. It was a good, solid starting point for this save file. And as I said, my friend MissSimReno has created the family that will be living here, but they're not available on the gallery as of yet. So by the time this save file is up, this will be occupied as well. So if we head back to the map view, we can have a look at the next lot on our list. So we are back in the map view, and this time I would like to take a look at an occupied lot. This is the Carpenter family, and was this the third lot I created or the second? I can't remember. I feel like I did these 3 very early on in the save file. So this one is occupied. So as I was saying, once we get into the lot, I will put the creator's name on the screen. Honestly, all of these families blew me away. It was really difficult for me to decide which families I was placing where. I had multiple uploads for multiple households, and it was really hard for me to choose. But yeah, this is the Carpenter family, so we are going to be checking them out right now. Okay, so this is the Carpenter family, and this is their house. As I was saying, I think this was either the second or the third lot that I worked on. This screams 80s to me. It's giving the Wheeler's house from Stranger Things, but not quite. You know, like I didn't want to like create the Wheeler's house from Stranger Things. I just wanted to create something that sort of looked like it. I think we pretty much got it. But yes, we do have Darren here. So he is the father, I believe. I'm hoping so. Let me have a look. Yes, so we have Darren, we have Jeannie. At this point, I will have already put the creator's name on the screen so that you can check out this family for yourself, just in case you'd like to download these sims, because like the detailing that went into every single family for this save file from my community was incredible. The backstories as well. And speaking of backstories, I'm going off on a tangent, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't mind some people helping me with a little bit of this save file lore, because what I would like to do before I release this save file to the public is create some backstories for the families. Maybe some of the families get along, maybe some of them don't for whatever reason. And so yeah, I wouldn't mind just a little bit of steer with that, because I feel like once I get going with it, I'll be fine. But maybe just to get going with it, that would be incredible. But anyway, yes, we have Darren, we have Jeannie, and then we have their children here. This is a big family. This is a fully loaded 8-sim family and household. So if you would like to play with them, like absolutely, you are going to have your hands full. But yeah, we have Darren, we have Jeannie, we have Candice, who is their daughter, we have Marcel, we have Dina, Dylan, who are twins. We have Franklin, who was a little bit of a surprise. I believe I said I wanted this family to have a baby who was a little bit of a surprise. And then we have Dingo, the family dog, as well. So I wanted to show you their house because I adore this house so much. The back garden is so fun. I just threw everything down in this garden and just hoped for the best, but I think it kind of works. So let's just have a look inside here and see, so I can show you around. So I think this is when I started to get into my 80s groove. There's so much going on in this house, like there's so much clutter. I have started going around and adding these telephones as well, because these were added to like a base game event, I think, and I was getting people messaging me saying, Rachel, have you seen what this event is going to bring? And these phones, because of the 80s save file, it just I was so excited, honestly. So yeah, there's a lot going on here. I don't know whether to just turn it back a little bit before the save file release, But we'll see. And this is the dining room here. I love that I added this fireplace too. It screams 80s. And I even also made the ceiling all like mottled, because I feel like definitely in the UK that was a thing, like mottling the ceilings. So I wanted to do that in some of the houses. We've got our split entryway here, which is me classic. We have the downstairs bathroom as well, which is a full bathroom. There's a little bit of clutter here and there. There's wallpaper on the walls, just screams 80s. Now, I have changed this around here since I released this speed build on the channel. So I actually put a bar in here. I think I alluded to doing this during the speed build because there was initially a sofa here with a coffee table. And I at the time, I was like, that doesn't really work, I don't think. So I did decide to remove that and put a bar in there instead. Just got this little area here. We do have a laundry room in this house, which was just like so important for me to add. We've got this old style vacuum cleaner, which again, just like says 80s to me. We've got the ironing board on the wall as well. So I wanted to try and stick with an 80s theme as best as I could. Okay, I'm not saying I nailed it. I'm not saying that like I got the style 100% right, but I definitely did the best, I think, with what I had. We have mum and dad's room here and the little baby. Is it baby Franklin? Yeah, it's baby Franklin's just in their bassinet there. That's so cute. So this is, oh, hello. Oh, we've got water on the floor. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, this is a very 80s bedroom. I feel I really enjoyed how this turned out. We've also got the main bathroom upstairs too. So this is 2 bedrooms. Not 2 bedrooms. Sorry, this is 2 bathrooms. Which is fine. I did say when I was creating some of these houses that I didn't know how common en suites were in the 80s. I feel like they maybe weren't as common as they say are now. So some of the houses don't have en suites. So that's the reason for that. This is the teenage son's bedroom. I adore how this turned out. Like, this was probably and is still one of my favorite bedrooms within this save file. We've got the twin boys room here as well, which I just love. I'm just loving this so much. The carpet, the striped wallpaper, the checkers on the bunk beds. It's just, I just love it so much. And then we have the teen daughter's bedroom. I loved creating this. I wanted to create like this really dreamy, soft, pastel-y bedroom, and I had the best time. I don't know if you can tell, but I had the best time with this bedroom in particular. So yeah, that's the, I've forgotten their surname already, the Carpenter's house. I really need to get these Sims names like down to a T before I release this save file. But yes, this is the Carpenter's house, and I really hope you like this, because this is possibly one of my favorite houses, I think, in this save file. I'll probably be saying that a lot because I do like a lot of these houses. But anyway, without further ado, let's move on to the next lot. Okay, back at the map view. Now we're going to move down here to Sheriff Tom Cooper. Now, when I created this particular build, I gave everybody the brief of Jim Hopper from Stranger Things. I had a fair few entries for this, but I picked my favorite. They were all incredible, by the way. They were all so incredible, but I picked my favorite. It was really hard. It was super hard for me to pick a favorite, but I did land on Sheriff Tom Cooper. So let's check out Tom's digs here. Okay, so this is basically like a mobile home, I suppose you could call it, or like a trailer home, just overlooking the beautiful river lake. I don't know what you would really class that as, but it's so picturesque out here. Tom is a little bit of a loner. He does have trouble forming connections, especially romantically, with other Sims, and he is the town cop, the town detective, however you want to describe him, and this is where he lives. So this is him just chilling out in his disgusting, I'm gonna say, little I wouldn't even say this is a swimming pool. I suppose technically it is, but he's just having a grand old time in there. So while he's doing that, let's just check out his house here. So I think what I wanted to do for this was I get the feeling that this home has been passed through Tom's family for generations and generations. I think his parents potentially lived here. Their parents potentially lived here. I think it's just been passed down. I don't think he spends an awful lot of time at home. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think he spends a lot of time here. I think he's either out at the local bar, or he's working, or he's putting the moves on another sim, or he's trying his best to anyway. He's a little bit of a ladies' man. So that's the storyline that I came up with for Tom. But yeah, this is his house. I like how this turned out. I like how unmatched everything is, and it also feels like it does have quite a homey feel about it, which I do really like. We've got obviously we've got the wall phone over here, another item that was added to that update, and people were like, Rachel, the telephones are being added, and I was so excited. But yes, so there's not really much to see here, to be completely honest, but it's a really nice space for him to be when he is here. But as I was saying, he doesn't spend an awful lot of time here, but there's plenty of things to do. There's a fire pit out here. We've got a picnic bench. I even added some little nectar bottles on the table here, which I thought was a really nice touch. We have a trash can out here. There's a picnic. I mean, technically it is a picnic blanket. It doesn't really look like one, but it is. Water sprinkler, and then of course his nasty old pool. But it was really important for me to add this because it was either this or a hot tub, and all of the hot tubs seem really, really high end, and I was just like, no, he needs something like this. I really, really like how this looks. I love the backstory. Well, not really so much backstory, but I love the fact that we've added a Tom Cooper. Again with the names, I really need to get these names right. Tom Cooper. I love that we added him to this save file, and I'd be really intrigued for all of you to come up with a bit more of a polished, rounded backstory for Tom, because I think he's a bit of a softie at heart. I think he's like a big bear. People respect him, but he's a bit of a goofball as well. You know, just think season 3 Jim Hopper from Stranger Things. And again, I will have already put the creator's name on the screen for this, because I do have a spreadsheet with all of the Sims, all of the creators, and which lots they're on, and which lots they're in. So I do have all of that, but I just don't have it on my other monitor at this moment in time. So the creator's name will have already been on screen, but they did such a good job with Tom. Like, he's exactly how I envisioned him, and he's fantastic. He really, really is. So now that we've seen Tom and we've met Tom, we are now going to go to our next family. Back at the world map again, the last family for this particular area of Copperdale is the Nelson family, and this is the latest house that I have worked on for this save file, and I was so thrilled with how this build turned out, and I really, really loved the backstory that I came up with for this family, and the creator who made them just took it and ran with it, and I cannot wait to introduce you to the Nelson family. So that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, here we are. Look at this house. Are we all seeing this? Because I adore this house so much, and it's not complex or anything like that. It's really not, but for me it just screams 80s. I feel like I've said screams 80s a lot during this voiceover, so for that I do apologize. I'll try not to say it again, but this is for me the epitome of 80s USA house. I'm just saying, like, I absolutely adore how this house turned out. I also love where this house, sorry, wow, I can't speak today. I also love where this house is located. Like, I apologize for the like flickering. Can you see over there? Like, that's the movie theater. That's the big screen flickering. It's so annoying, but like, look at this. It's so beautiful. It's tucked out kind of in the middle of nowhere. We've got Tom just down here, who of course we've just met. He is the town sheriff, the town cop. Like, you'd feel safe. You'd feel safe, wouldn't you, just living up the road from good old Tom? So this family is the Nelson family. Now, we do have older parents. These two are likely in their late 60s, mid to late 60s, I would say. They have a son. This is their son. He is called Thomas. Thomas has recently become a single dad to baby Matilda here. I didn't give any thought as to what happened to Mum. I did explain this during the voiceover. I feel like with things like that, you can sort of interpret that however you would like. You can play that out however you would like if you do decide to play and download in this save file. But this is Eleanor and Jeremiah's house. This is, I'm so sorry, Thomas's. So we have Thomas and Tom. Okay, that's interesting. That's fine. That's fine though. I might change one of the names. We'll see. Anyway, this is Thomas's childhood home. So I'm going to give you a quick tour because this is the sweetest thing ever, okay? I adore this house, first and foremost. I think Thomas and his dad spent many an hour in this garage tinkering together and creating woodworking together and like doing electronics and stuff like that. It's just, this was after the restoration workshop kit had just come out and I was like, right, I'm just putting everything in here. I think... I'm just gonna look over. I'm so sorry. I think Jeremiah likes to go to like garage sales and scrapyards and pick up appliances and do them up in the garage. And I don't know. I think I alluded to that in the voiceover for the speed build as well. But yes, that's why we've got them in there. So as you walk in, we come in here. We've got a bar area in here because I think when Jeremiah and Eleanor retired, they were like, we're going to put a bar in the living room, you know, just in case we want to entertain some guests. So the living room, I think, is really, really nice. Again, with the mottled ceiling, I just think that looks really cool. We have like a little hobby room over here because I didn't really know what else to do with this space. And so we've got like a chessboard here and then some just trinkets. We've got like a little music station. What is this? Record player? Music station. We have a record player here. I am so bad at this. I'm so sorry. And then obviously the garage, which we've just seen. We do have the kitchen, which is way bigger than I had anticipated, but I still love it nonetheless. And oh my gosh, I think I forgot to introduce you to Dusty, who is the dog. He's the family dog. Look at him. Oh my gosh, he is so cute. Look at him. He's so sweet. Oh gosh, right, okay, sorry, I do apologise, Dusty. I forgot to introduce you to everybody. I apologise. So that's Dusty. I was reminded because of the pet bowl and like all of this stuff over here. Anyway, so yeah, the kitchen is pretty big, but I think it kind of works, you know? I really like it. The back garden, very low maintenance, not too much going on here. I think this was likely used by Thomas when he was growing up and his parents just decided not to move it from the garden, which is a good job because Thomas has moved back home with his daughter Matilda. Now, this is where things get, the storyline is just for me something that I spent a little bit of time thinking about, and it's just a storyline that I absolutely love. So let me just introduce you. Let me just show you the bathroom first. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much. But anyway, yeah, this is I think it's the one and only bathroom for this house. Yes, it is. It's the one and only bathroom. It's a full bathroom. It's, for me, very 80s. Look at the checkered wallpaper and like the tile on the floor. I just love that so much. This is Mum and Dad's room. I wanted to make it look like an older sim couple's bedroom, like they're not super young. Obviously, mid to late 60s is not old. I am not saying that at all, but they're not in their teens anymore. So I wanted to get across that this is a slightly older couple in here. So this is their room. This is Thomas's room, and his dad is currently sitting on his bed. Hi Jeremiah, how are you doing? So yeah, this is Thomas's bedroom. This bedroom has not changed really since he was a teen. His mum and dad have basically left this as a shrine to Thomas. Now, of course, the one thing that has changed is that Thomas is now a dad. So this is Matilda's little cot. Now, I did put I class this as like a travel cot. For me, it's one that folds down that you can sort of take with you anywhere you go, really, which is like as you can see here. Okay, so that was important for me to get across because this is a temporary solution for Matilda. Now, this is going to be Matilda's bedroom. So as you can see, I'm not entirely sure what this bedroom was before it was going to be Matilda's, but as you can see, the family is currently in the middle of restoring this room for baby Matilda. Like, look at the exposed plaster. I think they're likely going to change out the carpet here. I think this carpet's been down for a while. The rug, of course, needs to be replaced because it's all torn and ripped. So they've already moved a few bits in here for her, but they're not done with it. Like, they're really not done with it. This is a little trunk with toys that Thomas used to use. But in my head, this is a trunk that they've dug out from storage, and they're like, well, surely we can repurpose some of these toys for your daughter. So that in my head is a trunk of the toys that Thomas used to play with as well. I just thought it was a really nice storyline. Again, a different family dynamic to explore and play with within this save file as well. So yes, this is the Nelsons, the Nelsons family home. So I think we'll have to sort of wait and see how it all plays out. But essentially, I don't think Thomas is going anywhere anytime soon. I think he's a bit strapped for cash since his relationship with his partner, of course, has ended, which is why his parents said, come home, we'll help you look after Matilda, and we'll just take it from there. And obviously they want him to stay for a while if they are redoing this room specifically for baby Matilda. And I just thought that was the sweetest storyline ever. And then, of course, can't forget Dusty as well, the family dog. But yes, that's the Nelson family. Let's check out who else we've got in this save file as well. Okay, so we have explored this particular area of Copperdale. Now we're going to move over here and we're going to go and check out the Dawson family. I think it would have been wrong of me not to include a family of redheads in this save file, being a redhead myself. So I was really appreciative when this particular creator made this wonderful family. So we are going to go and check them out and their house as well. Oh, it's been so long since I've looked at this house. I really like this house, actually. It's it's not my favorite. I can't keep saying a house is my favorite because I feel like I'm saying that a lot. It's definitely up there with this save file. It's probably more, I would say, unusual just because of this sort of roof piece up here that I decided to use. I really, really love it. Anyway, so here we have Brendan. We have his wife, Meredith, and their two daughters. We have Grace and Leslie, and then we have their son, Aidan, and we have Patches the cat as well. So this family, I don't think give too much backstory to, but I believe the creator did on the gallery. I might be mistaking them for a different family, but again, the creator's name will have already come up on the screen so that you can all check them out. These Sims were just so unbelievably perfect. Where's the daughter with her striped... Oh, she's not wearing it at the moment. One of the daughters has like a rainbow striped sweatshirt, and the minute that I saw that, I kind of fell in love with the family. I know that sounds really, really strange. But the striped sweatshirt, I was just like, oh my goodness. It reminded me of one of Max's t-shirt from Stranger Things. And also, I think Donna wore one in that 70s show. But anyway, I digress. So we've already seen the outside of the house, but let me just show you it again really, really quickly. So we do have an external garage on here as well. We've got a nice big back garden so that your Sims can have a bit of a play in here. We've got the hopscotch. We've got this little seating area here. And for me, this umbrella, I don't know. I was like, that's just very 80s to me. And I really liked it. So again, another basketball hoop. So yeah, that's the garden. Let's have a quick look at the interior of this house as well. So this interior, I would suggest is probably more late 70s, early 80s. And this was when I was starting to realize that I could definitely do that with this save file in terms of, like, we could have elements of the 70s sort of interior designs within this. Because, of course, I think it would have been quite normal for a house to still have sort of trinkets and sort of homages to the previous decade. So that's why with this particular house you might notice it has more of a 70s twang, but I actually really like that about this build. So this is the living area here. At this point, I did not have Tool installed, so I'm likely going to be going through and just changing things like the size of the rugs, sort of pushing any throw pillows back to make them look like they're not leaning forward, because we know that that's like a pet peeve of mine. So I'll likely be doing that. But anyway, yeah, this is the living room here. I really, really like that. Then we come straight through to the dining room here, and these chairs, hello. I just thought they fit with the vibe so beautifully. So I was like, okay, yes, you're getting put there. Nice big clock in the corner, like the green chair. It just, like, when you look at it through here, I don't know, it just made me smile ear to ear. I'm gonna be honest. And then we move on to the kitchen here. Like, look at this tile. More like lino/linoleum. Why do I have such trouble saying that word? But yeah, this is the kitchen. I really, really like this, actually. It's so cute. Look at the little chicken as well. And then, of course, we've got the little food bowl here. I do need to change the swatch of that because it currently has a bone on it, but we do have a little kitty here, so I'll likely change that. We do have a laundry room again. Look at this fan as well. High 80s, probably, again, more like late 70s, early 80s, but it looks so good. Washer and dryer in like this beigey cream colour. I was like, yeah, they're going in there. And then just some like clutter and trinkets just along here. I thought that worked quite well. And I did actually add a toilet here because I think I explained during the voiceover for the speed build, I was like, it just seems silly not to add one, and it just means that your Sims have like a multi-purpose room, which I thought was quite a nice idea. And then, oh, we haven't finished. Hallway, but I think we're all pretty much familiar with my hallways at this point. We've got like this little through area here, but I did add a computer. Again, not sure how common this was in the 80s, but I tried to add like a big chunky computer, even though the screen's super flat, and that is not an 80s screen for a computer. I already know this, so maybe there's something else that I could be putting there, but for now, that's where that is. And then if we move over here, we do have the external garage, which I've converted into a bedroom, for one of the twins. I don't know whether Grace or Leslie are in this particular room here. I don't think it really matters all that much. I'll likely go through and sort of assign beds and things like that with Sims when I'm going through and working out lore, storylines, and things like that. But yeah, it was a garage, and the family decided to convert it, so they've put some new flooring down, and they've left the brick up, but I don't think that's a problem. So that one of the teenagers can come in here and just do what they need to do. So that's that. I think we've had a look at the back garden already, haven't we? Yes. Okay, so if we move on upstairs, we've got a further 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. So this is Aiden's room. I really, really like this room. It's not very big at all, but it gets the job done, and that's the main thing. So I really like how that turned out. And then again, not entirely sure whether this will be Grace's bedroom or Leslie's bedroom. You can decide that if you would like. If not, again, like I said, I'll likely be going through and like assigning the bed to the relevant Sim. So yeah, really, really like that bedroom. Again, very soft, dreamy and pastel-y. And then this is the parents' bedroom. I wanted to use this bed because it's one that I haven't used in this swatch ever. I'm gonna be completely honest. But it looks quite 80s, at least to me, especially with the colour and the pattern and everything. And I think that works. So yeah, not a very big bedroom at all, but the upstairs isn't particularly big anyway. It just offers more space for your Sims to kind of spread out and do what they need to do. So yeah, that is the Dawson's family home. It's also worth noting as well that all of these houses are available to download separately through my gallery page. So my origin ID is RachelPedd. So if you are watching this and you're thinking, I'm not really that keen about playing an 80s themed save file, but I really like the look of that house, you can download them all individually from my gallery page. Just thought I'd make that disclaimer because I haven't made it as of yet. But anyway, yes, let's move on to the next family. Okay, so we do have a family to check out here. So I think we're going to jump over there, and then we're going to have a look at some of these unoccupied lots. These do not yet have families in them. As you can see, with this one, this is an apartment complex. So there's quite a few apartments that I need to occupy with Sims. Now, there are some on the gallery already by some amazing creators that I need to go on there and actually pop them down there. That is a build that's currently in progress. Again, I will absolutely show you that as part of this video. And then this one here is another one. This is a multi-purpose lot. So it says bar, but there's also a family house and an apartment above the bar as well. So let's have a look at the Ryan family next. So here we are with the Ryan family. I can't even remember when I built this house. It feels like it was so long ago now, and it probably was, to be completely honest. But here we have Linda, and we have her 2 sons. We have Brandon, and we have Daniel. I'm not 100% sure where the father is or why they broke up, but she is beautiful. She looks exactly how I imagined the mum of this house looked when I was creating this house. So the creator, again, will have already come up on screen, just really captured my thoughts and what I thought these Sims would look like. So because of the size of the lot, there's not too much going on here. To be completely honest, there isn't much of a backyard space out front. Linda has kept like things that the boys used to play with, because I think because she's now single, she's potentially hanging on to these 2 for as long as she possibly can. So she's got like toys out here that they used to play with that they now no longer play with. Like one of their little bikes is still here, and like when they were babies, she's still got this out here too. I think they still shoot hoops, likely with their friends out front, but the rest of it is unused. I think she's trying to hold on to them. But let's check out the interior of the Ryan family's house. So as you walk in, we've got kind of like a, I don't know, like a chill out sort of relaxation family time room with a bar, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. I think Linda, I keep having to hover over her name because I keep forgetting her name. I think Linda enjoys the finer things in life. I think she works hard and plays even harder. So I think she potentially quite enjoys throwing quite high-end parties and things like that. So to put a bar in here was really quite important to me when I was creating this house. And then again, just sort of elements of the 70s theme in here with the exposed wooden panels. I just think that looks really wonderful. We've got the living area here. Nothing too much to write home about, and likely, you know, kind of similar vibe to what we've seen previously, just with different color schemes and things like that. We've got a little radiator here, which I just love. We've got a chess table here as well. We've got this little music station, and yeah, there's not really too much going on there. And then the kitchen. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be honest, I think this is potentially one of my favorite kitchens that I've created for this save file, and I'm not entirely sure why that is. I love how it looks. I love the rug and the counters and the cabinets that I've chosen, and then with the tiles that don't quite match, and there's like clutter everywhere. I think it looks really good. So I'm hoping you agree with that. But yeah, this is one of my favorite kitchens of the save file. Again, with like the little vacuum cleaner here. Oh, I think I need to add a little dog to this house, because I did say that the house was going to have a dog, but that is not a problem at all. That is something that I can do. So I will do that before this save file is released. And then if we go upstairs, we've got the 2 boys' rooms. So they've each got their own colour schemes, but they're pretty much like they're into their checkers. So we've got like the black checkers, and then of course the blue and brown checkers as well. I just think it looks so cool. Lava lamp had to be done in quite a few of these, particularly teen bedrooms. Like there's a stereo on the floor and stuff like that. I don't know how often you would see boom boxes in the 80s. I feel like you'd probably see them quite a bit. But anyway, like the wardrobe here, probably a little bit too modern for the 80s. But look, I didn't want to keep using the same items over and over and over again. So there's like a guitar here. I think whichever son's in here, I think this is likely Daniel's bedroom. He's into sort of like the darker stuff, you know, like he's into a bit of like punk rock music and stuff like that. And then this will likely be Brandon's bedroom. A little bit of a different colour scheme going on here. You can tell that like he's potentially into a bit of science, a bit of bowling. He also likes music, but likely doesn't listen to the same music that his brother does. But yeah, I really like this bedroom. I tried to make all of these bedrooms, especially like the kids and teen rooms, just super cluttered and just really suitable for like each of the teens' personalities, if that makes sense. And then we've got Linda's bedroom here. So the bed is pushed up against the window here. And I really like the colour schemes in here, actually. There's quite a lot going on, but I think it also kind of works too with all of the colours here. And then the super cluttered dresser. There's a fan on here as well, which I kept forgetting to use. A telephone as well, which at this point is in each and every single one of these houses. And then I think this is the one and only bathroom. I don't think there's a bathroom downstairs. Oh yes, there is a bathroom downstairs. Did I show you the bathroom? Here's the bathroom downstairs, just in case I didn't. It's just a bathroom. But yeah, we also have a bathroom upstairs as well. So it's actually quite a deceptive house, especially when you look at it from the front. You might be thinking, well, there can't be much room in there. I think there's probably more room than you would think. So yes, that is the Ryan family. And now there are no more families to check out. So we are now going to be checking out some work in progress builds and also some completed builds. Right, so let's look at the completed builds first, and then we'll go and check out this lot here, and then of course the high school. And yes, I am also doing the auditorium as well. So technically there's 3 more lots to come out, but that will be part of the high school speed build. So let's check out, I think we should check out this one here. So this is the multi-purpose lot. I love this build so much. So much. So if you can't tell, this is the bar just on the left here on the ground floor. This is the family home just over here on the right. And then we do have the apartment just above the bar as well. So this is not a particularly, I wouldn't say it's not a nice bar, it's just that it has a bit of personality. Like, it's a little bit run down, you know, there's like rubbish outside, and there's like an old caravan here, and there's like old rusty appliances just around the back as well. So it's not exactly in the best shape, but this is the bar to come to in town. That's all I'm going to say. This is the bar to come to. So let's check out these lots here. Relatively simple shapes, relatively sort of like simple to look at. But if we go over here, this is the bar. Like, this is the bar. I was so thrilled with how this came out. I love it. It screams 80s. Oh, I promised you I wouldn't say it. And I've said it. Very 80s. I love all the neon signs behind the bar as well. You can see it does need some TLC, but you can just tell this is where Sims come to hang out, to have a good time. And yeah, it seems like so much fun. There's a little karaoke or microphone over here. We've got a guitar over here as well, which I really, really like. And then like, it's so full of personality, is this bar. I would come here and enjoy a few beverages. We've got the bathrooms at the back here as well. So that's pretty much that. And then let's go check out the apartment upstairs, and then we can go and check out the family house just in its entirety as well. So this is the apartment upstairs. My vision for this was that the waitress who works in the bar downstairs, this is her apartment. And the people that own the bar actually live in this family house here. So that's why a few people have uploaded a waitress to the gallery. I'm having trouble picking my favourite, which I think is potentially why I haven't actually put anyone in this particular apartment as of yet. I'm having trouble picking my favourite, but I will. I promise I will. I did say that she was slightly older, perhaps with a grown-up child who's maybe gone off to college or university. She doesn't really see them all that much. So she's basically made her entire life about the bar, about working down here for the family that she adores, who as I said, they live next door. So that's the apartment on the upper floor. I did really enjoy how this came out, actually. It's just a really, really cool space. And then if we go over here, so this is the family home. As I was saying, this family owns the bar next door. So this house it's slightly run down. Like, you can see there's a bit of sort of damp on the walls, and like outside we've got some, I think, cracks here and some sort of holes and like some, I don't know what you would call that. Like, we've got some, you know, like detailing up there. So it needs some TLC but it's definitely a family home that you would probably want to spend quite a bit of time in. So this is the living area here. I was trying to go for different colour schemes because I was very aware that I was using not only the same items in some of the houses that I was doing, but a lot of the same colours as well. So with this house, I wanted to try and change that up just a little bit. This is the kitchen. I actually really like how this turned out, and I did mention this in the speed build. These counters from base game, they've come in so handy for this save file. Like they're so 80s to me. Got a little dining table here as well, and then we do have a downstairs toilet. Not a full bathroom because there isn't a shower or a bath in there, but still a usable space. And then if we go upstairs, we've got mum and dad's room. So this is their bedroom here. Again, sticking with like the yellows, the oranges, the softer colours up here. Little dressing table here as well, which I think I need to clutter up with some stuff. But that's quite minor. So that's their room. And then this is their son's room. I think their son is reaching like well, he's a teenager and he might be just starting to reach like young adult stage. And I think as well, when I was creating this build and with this family, I was saying that I think mum and dad had just presumed that their son was going to take over the bar, the family business, when they were no longer here. That's not his plan. He does not want to do that. I don't know what he wants to do, but all I know is that he does not want to work in that bar. He doesn't want anything to do with it. I'm not entirely sure why that is. Maybe that's, again, another storyline that you can kind of play out and sort of build upon. But yeah, he does not want anything to do with the family business. And then, yeah, just the bathroom upstairs as well, full bathroom. But yeah, I really like these. These are very 80s to me. They just are. I really like where they're located as well, and I like the fact that they're a little bit run down compared to a lot of the builds that we've seen previously that are a little bit more polished, shall we say. But yes, that's that build. So now we can head back to the world map and see what else there is to explore. Okay, so there are only 3 more lots left to check out. So because these 2 are work in progresses, the high school and then this lot here, which I've just started working on today, I think the next lot we should check out are these cheap and rundown apartments here. Okay, so this is the apartment unit from the outside. As you can see, it's kind of overgrown. It's a little bit disheveled. And I think there are a total of, is it 6 units in here? But before we confirm that, you can just see like outside is, we've got some like exposed brick here. We've got like tears in the paneling and things like that. But it's okay. Like, I don't think I would mind living here, I guess. But yeah, I wanted to get across that like cheap rundown feel. Of course, with the 80s theme as well. So let's check out some of these apartments here. Now, each apartment has like their own sort of sim that I had in mind for each apartment unit. So I think this is for a mum and her daughter, I believe. But yeah, that like each apartment has its own sort of thing going on, So I tried to stick with the 80s theme as best I could. I think I did it. I'm pretty sure I did. But this is the bedroom here for this particular unit. I'm not going to go into like super detail with all of these. I remember this. This was our Lady of the Night apartment. So take from that what you will, but Lady of the Night, that's I'll just leave it there. So there's a lot of pink going on in here, and like, oh, it's just so awesome. I love that backstory, and I know that there are a few sims to choose from for this particular apartment unit. I think this was for a student sim, if I'm not mistaken. Like perhaps they're at uni or college, and they just needed somewhere cheap away from campus to come to and to live. So that's that apartment unit there. This was for a bachelor. So I wanted to create this, like, I don't know, just really not cool, but sort of disheveled looking bachelor pad, basically, with this apartment unit. And I'm quite happy with how that one turned out. This one was for a young couple. I think, yeah, this one was for like a young couple. Maybe they've just gotten married or they've just moved out together and they've got their own place. So that's that apartment unit there. I do really like this one, actually. It's got a really nice feel to it. And then this apartment unit was actually for the lady who owns the whole apartment building. So this is for the landlord or landlady in this. So this is actually for the landlady. She really likes pink. She makes sure that everyone's okay. I think a lot of the tenants potentially come round and she insists on baking them cookies and making them a hot drink and just like chatting the night away. But yeah, and she's also got a cat as well, or she might even have a couple of cats actually. But yeah, they're all the different Sims for in there, and I'm pretty sure I'm remembering them all correctly as well. I don't think I've missed any out or anything like that. But yeah, that's the apartment building. Love that I added this because it just means that more and more Sims can actually live in this world as well. But yes, let's move on to our first work in progress lot. So I think because we are completing the high school as like the last lot for the save file, we should probably check that one out last, which means that we are checking out this lot here, which is the lot that I have just started working on today. This is the arcade, diner and apartment. Okay, here we go. So this is something that you will not have seen as of yet. As I said, the speed build will likely be up on the channel either at some point this weekend or early next week. Basically just depends on when I get it finished. But yeah, this is the bar. No, not the bar. This is the diner just on the right here. And then we've got the arcade and then the apartment upstairs. So there's not really much to show you because I've only really completed like the front of the front of the lot. So there's plenty of space back here. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this. I don't know whether to add like a parking lot because it just seems a little bit strange that like you'd come down here and then you'd have to go up this curb, but I don't think that necessarily matters. I might just be completely overthinking that. But yeah, this I'm really excited to share this one with you all actually, because I think it's a lot that people have been asking for, definitely with the arcade, and then the like typical 80s diner as well. People have been asking for that too, so I think it's just going to make a really, really nice addition to the save file. I've already provisionally put these two in here just so I can work out how much room I've actually got. Like I might need to just build out back a little bit more to add bathrooms, etc. I'm not really sure how that's going to work as of yet, but yeah, I'm really liking how this looks. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below like what this is looking like so far. Are we liking it? Are we liking this? Because I think it looks pretty cool so far. So let's go and check out the high school as the last lot. Okay, so as you can see, I have already started building the high school. I was trying to go with, again, an 80s theme, with it being an 80s save file, of course. So I'm hoping I'm achieving it so far. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below if there's anything that you think I need to be adding. If there's something that's not quite right about it, like what are your thoughts so far? Again, like there's nothing inside yet. There is nothing apart from all of this stuff because I had to put all of these things in here to be able to save and actually exit the game because this is the high school lot. So that's the front of it. We've got like areas for your bikes here. There's seating out here as well as some bins. There's like this little kiosk thing here. We've got like the banners up front too, and then at the back again you can see I haven't really done too much. I'm gonna add like some sort of like basketball court here, I think, and then this is going to be a pool. I think I'm going to make this a pool or like a gym or something like that. I'm not entirely sure yet. I need to look at some reference images of 80s schools, to be honest, just so that I can make sure that I can really get the style across that I want to get across. I don't want to get it wrong because I think this is going to be quite a key part of the save file, and I don't want to mess it up. So, and then of course the auditorium over there as well. I probably won't do too much with that, to be honest. I'll have to wait and see really. So yeah, that is the high school as it currently stands. As you can see, I do before I can release this save file. And as I was saying, I wouldn't mind having just a few play testers as well to test out The Sims, have a bit of a play around, give me some feedback on storylines, and then obviously making sure that the lots are fully functional, or is there stuff in the way and things like that. There'll be something that I've missed, there'll be something that I'll have made a mistake on. But I really hope you enjoyed this overview video. I hope to have this save file out within the next 5 or 6 weeks. In answer to your question, Rachel, when are you going to be releasing this save file? Because it's been forever, and it really has, and I apologise for that. It's been a labour of love. I've wanted it to be perfect, and I've had quite a bit on in my real life as well. But I really hope you enjoyed this nonetheless. You all take care, and I will see you all again in our next video. Bye.